the Festival of Apprenticeships in partnership with BT Group, showcasing opportunities to future talent.
Good morning, everyone. I can still say good morning, hopefully. 11:40 I can. So I hope you're all enjoying today. It's good to see a real buzz about apprenticeships. What I'd like to do is just really start off. You can all hear me okay? I sound like I'm really booming into my own ears here, but is that too close or is it all right? Okay. Right, so my name's Lawrence O'Sullivan Whiting. My official position is the Apprenticeship Lead at Great Ormond Street. Now, I'm one of the senior leaders in education at Great Ormond Street, and the first thing I'm going to tell you is I haven't got a degree. I didn't go to university, yet I'm in the position I am in today. I have done apprenticeships, though, in my career. Now, what I'll tell you is I spent a lot of time actually stumbling through my career. I'm a failed footballer. So what I did is I worked in retail for a lot of years, didn't know what I wanted to do, fell into different careers, and then I discovered apprenticeships. But equally, I found I had a passion for learning and also apprenticeships and the advantages it can bring. What we're going to hope to do today, and I'm going to whiz through these slides because we've only got really 15 minutes, is really hit home that apprenticeships are for everyone. Every age group, every ethnicity, every background, and you can access them in every single occupation that you can think of. So what we're going to do is go quickly through GOSH and who we are, Great Ormond Street. We're going to go through our present numbers with apprenticeships, what apprenticeships we do, and that continues to grow because we've got lots of them. The benefits of being an apprentice and why. What pathways we've got available. So what we're trying to do as a trust, supported by our great Learning Academy and our great education team, is really support growing our workforce of the future through apprenticeships. And that's going to be key to our NHS future workforce as well. We want to give time as well to one of our brilliant apprentices, Zara here, who's got a very, very unique journey in science, knows lots about science actually. She's got a very present journey that's going on at the moment, and then we hope to answer some questions. So in terms of Great Ormond Street, we opened in 1852 with just 10 beds. We're a lot bigger than that now. We're based in central London, and we're a specialist children's hospital. We now have it's over 300,000 patient visits per year. We introduced our apprenticeships in 2012, and we now, the NHS, what I'd like to point out as well is that it was my opinion when I joined the NHS that I just thought it was doctors and nurses. There are so many different roles in the NHS, it would blow your mind. There's over 350 different roles in the NHS. We've got apprenticeships in ICT, there's nursing, there's science, the list is endless. So what is an apprenticeship? An apprenticeship is a funded course. It's paid for by the employer. So that means as an apprenticeship student, you don't pay a thing. As an apprentice, you also earn a full-time wage. So that means that you're paid a wage to go to work and you're paid to get a qualification. As a student, that leaves you debt-free. As a parent or carer or someone that's worried about your student or your child getting debt, that would mean you be debt-free as well. So there's benefits for everybody. Apprenticeships are for all ages 16 plus. We've got apprentices of all age groups at Great Ormond Street. And I'd like to say, thankfully now, there are more and more degree level apprenticeships. So you can do your degree via an apprenticeship. You get the same certificate, you get the same qualification, but you have no debt. The other benefits include that you work on the job. I won't go over these numbers because, again, I want to be conscious of time. How am I doing? Okay, excellent. So I'll go over really how apprenticeships are put together by industry experts. So the courses that you do are put together by a group called Trailblazers. And what the Trailblazers do, they work in the industry that you're doing your qualification in. So in terms of an overview, what I'd like to say is that apprenticeships combine work and study. So at uni, you'll do mainly theory and you won't do much practical. What you'll do on apprenticeships, if you're a practical learner, is that you'll learn it and you'll apply it a lot quicker. So that means that you'll get to make mistakes, you'll learn on the job, you'll be supported by your fellow colleagues, and I actually think you'll learn in a lot quicker way. There are numbers again. Again, we've got over 200. It's bigger than that now, actually. But we've got a good mix of clinical and non-clinical apprenticeships. This is the last slide I'm going to cover, but as you can see, it's quite busy. But that's because we're quite busy with apprenticeships. We've got over 42 different programs and counting. What you can see on this slide is that we've got nursing apprenticeships from recruited positions right up to a nursing degree. We've got them in allied health, science, IT, human resources, finance, leadership and management. We even qualify our education team via apprenticeships at Great Ormond Street. With the positions in red, they're recruited positions. So what that means is we're recruiting people with no prior experience into live positions at Great Ormond Street. So have a look at our website. Hopefully these will be shared after today. Come and see us at table 44, which is just over there. We'll be happy to give you some more advice. And I'm just going to hand over now to Moeen, who's going to talk you through nursing.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Moeen. I'm a nurse at Great Ormond Street. I'm a paediatric nurse, and I love what I do. But I'm just going to talk you through one of the nursing apprenticeship, or the nursing apprenticeship pathway we have here at Great Ormond Street. So what you can do is start as a healthcare support worker. You can see that right at the top. With that, you don't need any healthcare qualification or experience. All we want from you is level 2 English and maths, so that's like equivalent of your GCSE, but also just a willingness to want to work with patients. Like, we can teach you how to take a blood pressure, we can teach you how to take bloods, we can teach you how to feed our children. What we can't teach, however, is passion to want to work with young people. So all we're asking for is that you can work in a team, help support our children, and we can teach you the rest. So that's a Band 2 entry-level apprenticeship, the Healthcare Support Worker Apprenticeship. And my job as a practice education nurse is looking after those on that apprenticeship. Once you've completed that, sorry, I need to be a little bit closer, I'm so sorry. Once you've completed that, that's a year-long apprenticeship, and then you're then given a Band 3 permanent contract at the hospital. What you then do from that is maybe spend a year working as that healthcare assistant, and then you'll progress onto a nursing associate course if you wanted to. That's a 2-year course, progressing to a Band 4, which makes you a nursing associate. The alternative route to that is moving straight onto the nursing degree apprenticeship, which is a 3 or 4-year course, which basically makes you a registered nursing degree apprentice, which makes you a qualified nurse, all without having spent a penny. So you can come in with absolutely no experience whatsoever and be paid and be given all the experience to become a registered nurse. We're really proud of the fact that in the last couple of months, we've had our first qualified qualified nurses even, who started with us as Band 2 healthcare support workers. And I think that's an amazing achievement, and we're hoping to get more of our nurses come into us that way. From that, you can move on to different sort of areas that nursing has to offer. I'm currently on this apprenticeship here, which is the nursing teaching apprenticeship. So I'm doing the academic professionals apprenticeship. So I didn't start off as an apprentice, but I have moved into and onto an apprentice. So I'm able to maybe move on to lecturing if I wanted to, and basically help support the future generation of nurses. It's quite weird, actually, that I'm an apprentice supporting those apprentices. So it's quite unique, but yeah, apprenticeships are massive. Nursing isn't the only way you have to go. You can then step sort of almost sideways into different clinical routes. So we've got the operating department practitioner route, which is working in theatres, occupational therapists, physiotherapists. You can work as a speech and language therapy. I think that's something that we're developing at the minute as well. So lots of different roles that Lawrence was talking about in the NHS that you could then move into. As a different example, we also offer non-clinical routes. So you think of a hospital, you think nurses, doctors, physiotherapists, the traditional clinical roles. However, there's a lot of work that goes on in the background. So for example, you can move on to a business admin apprenticeship. And from that, this is an example of completing HR qualifications. And you can see here, you can move on to being an administration manager, senior HR advisor, right the way up to HR director, if you really wanted to. So, you know, the progression there is real. As Lawrence said, we'll be sharing these slides out. So here's a couple of links that, if you'd like to, please request from the central team as how to apply for our clinical apprenticeships, which will be live on our website when they're available. I'll pass on to Kip now, so thanks very much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kip Heath. I joined the NHS aged 18 in 2006 on the precursor to the current degree apprenticeships. I am now going to, in under 5 minutes, talk you through 65 different professions. I currently work at Great Ormond Street Hospital, where I am a deputy lead scientist for our workforce of 800 scientists. I also work for NHS England, where I'm lead assessor for healthcare science apprenticeships at a national level. And I freelance as a science communicator and stand-up comedian. So one day, I may dump the NHS for the bright stars of Hollywood. So, what is an allied health professional? What we're looking at here is anyone who is clinically based but is not a doctor or a nurse. These are 14 set professions which cover mostly therapies, and so things like physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy. Here they are. I would recommend the NHS England website where they've got better backgrounds so you can read it. So healthcare scientists. I'm a healthcare scientist, so this is my area of love. Healthcare scientists are scientists that use STEM subjects, so science, technology, engineering, and maths, in order to diagnose, treat, and prevent disease and injury in patients. We are responsible for 80% of the diagnoses made on the NHS, and one of the reasons I'm here today is to make sure that doctors and nurses don't take credit for 100% of those. Our first entry point is a healthcare science assistant level 2. We offer a 12-month duration with a level 2 BTEC in healthcare science. The only entry requirement is that you should have level 2, so either English and maths, which is your GCSE equivalent, by the time you finish. You don't even need it when you start. Moving on, we have a level 4. So this is equivalent to 3 A levels. It's a BTEC level 4 in healthcare science. And this is an 18-month to 2-year process. We also have the degree apprenticeship. So this is the current version of the one that I started 17 years ago. It is Great Ormond Street, we run this as a 4-year course. You spend 4 days a week working in an NHS laboratory and 1 day a week at university. At the end of the 4 years, you have 4 years work experience, your professional qualifications with the Health and Care Professions Council, a degree in biomedical science, and 0 student debt. At this point, you are able to leapfrog all of your full-time degree friends and go straight into professional and specialist roles. We are in the process of designing our level 7, so we will actually very soon, hopefully next year when I get off my arse and actually develop it, master's level pathways so that we will actually be able to have people come in with GCSE Maths and English and go all the way to master's level studying without paying for any of it. So very quickly on this one, this is our nice entry route all the way for healthcare science. So I see a couple of you taking pictures and I'll let you go through those. But one of the things that's really useful about it is that we will allow people to enter with GCSEs, A-levels, degrees, or even a doctoral level. If you already have a PhD, we still love you and we will take you on. So in summary, apprenticeships allow you to start your career early. As I say, I've been in the NHS since I was 18 years old and I've not left yet. You can carry on and reach your career goals. Actually, studying and working combined is a better way of reaching those goals faster than doing it one after the other. Apprentices can be any age. We've recently had one of our level 6 apprentices graduate from her degree on her 50th birthday. There is no age limit. We support people whatever stage of life they're at. I feel that this slide is a really useful one, but it's just a rehash of everything we've talked, and I don't want to be kicked off, and I want to get to Zara, so we're going to go through. If you want to apply for any NHS jobs, the website is jobs.nhs.uk, or just throw NHS jobs into any search engine of your choice. At Gosh, we put our vacancies specifically onto the gosh.nhs.uk website, but all NHS vacancies will end up on the NHS jobs website. If you're applying for a job in the NHS, it is a little different to anywhere else. We do not accept CVs and cover letters. What you want to do is look at how you create an application that will get you through to shortlisting. A lot of our entry roles, particularly at Great Ormond Street, may have several hundred applicants per post. So the big piece of advice I'm going to give you is go onto the application, find the document on the vacancy that is labeled person specification, and write your personal statement based on that, because that is the mark scheme that your shortlisters will use. And I don't have time to do interview etiquette, but if you come to us at Gosh, we'll probably help you. This is Lawrence's slide of how wonderful we are, so we will enjoy the pictures. And it's Apprentices Are Our Workforce. So I am going to pass on to one of our very successful apprentices, just to make her blush. So Zara Arifa joined the NHS in 2018, as a medical laboratory assistant. She has since completed the Healthcare Science Assistant Level 2. This week, we surprised her in her department with her distinction certificate for her Healthcare Science Level 4. And in September, she will be starting on her degree apprenticeship, all of which fully funded on the NHS. And so she's going to come up here and tell you why she has enjoyed it so much.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Zahra. So I left school at 18 and I didn't know what to do when I left school. So I thought a degree apprenticeship or an apprenticeship route would be a good opportunity for me to be able to see what kind of roles are in the NHS. So I started off, as Victoria said, on the Level 2 Healthcare Science program, which is equivalent to like a BTEC level. And after that, I'm just finished my Level 4 Healthcare Science program. So that gave me more science background knowledge. So at the moment, I'm doing a Level 6, which is a degree apprenticeship at the University of Westminster. So the best thing is that it's fully funded. You get paid for when you're working as well. So the main thing is just getting experience, and that's what I found most interesting. I like the hospital. The hospital is great. It's very welcoming. The staff are also really nice in helping you to support your journey and your kind of career opportunities that you have. So the main thing is just to get some experience, and then that should be able to get you onto the career pathway that you choose. And I didn't come from a science background, so I thought the main thing was for me to just get some experience, and now I am an actual scientist coming from someone that didn't know anything about science. So it just goes to show how much you can learn from an apprenticeship. Thank you for listening.
Okay, what we've got on the slides here, a good way to find us, you can look, we've actually got our own YouTube channel. Yeah, we're getting very high tech in the NHS. So if you go on the Gosh YouTube channel, we've got lots of videos on there from our apprentices at work, showing what they do, the benefits they bring to us as an employer, but equally how good their journey has been. Look that up, and that will give you the links into our job roles and everything else that you need. So have a great day today. Thanks for your time.
The Festival of Apprenticeships in partnership with BT Group, showcasing opportunities to future talent.